Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram is at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we're talking Real Housewives or Atlanta, and Kenya did a live, and we got to talk about it, you guys. So a couple of things. Can we shout out Michelle ATLIEN Brown? Can we just give her 10s? Can we give her props that she has been saying for several months that Kenya was not coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta? This is before the lawsuit. This is before. She's been saying for months, y'all, Kenya wasn't coming back. And I don't know if it was Team Twirl. I don't know who it was, but they would be harassing the girl and being like, no. You're just a Kenya hater. No. Right? And they didn't want to hear it. And every time as we follow the events, right? So even if we just fast forward to what happened at Kenya Spa opening, right? And Bravo put up the blurb that they ceased filming with Kenya after this episode, right? After the filming of this. And even then, Michelle was like, Kenya's not going to be back. I told y'all. And this is well before the scene filmed over a year ago. She said she stood 10 toes down that Kenya was fired, and y'all didn't believe her, and I just don't understand. So Kenya in her live, you guys, basically makes it seem as though she's like, I'm not going to be back for season 17. Tries to, give a little twinkle, give a little, pinch of hope to Team Twirl, but it's it. That's all. Now, what I did find interesting is she's allegedly spilling casting secrets and everything else for season 17, and I have no idea why she's doing this. Like, why are we potentially sabotaging potential new peaches? Because according to Kenya, there's allegedly going to be 2 new peaches, one formerly of Love and Hip Hop that's a singer. The first person that came to my mind was K. Michelle. I don't know about y'all, but that was the first person that came to my mind was K. Michelle. And I'm seeing some rumors that it might be Takara, who formerly was on America's Next Top Model. I don't know if that's true or not. But again, this is coming from... I don't understand. Also in the live, Kenya debunked Drew provided her the information allegedly on Britt Eady that led to the whole disaster at her spa opening, y'all. And she said that she got into an argument with Portia over the phone for a half an hour about it. Listen. If it gets to a point where we're still going back and forth for 30-40 minutes over the same thing, the conversation needs to end. I'm not sure what Portia, I don't know if somebody told Portia this or what has happened, but she seems like staying 10 toes down that Drew is somehow involved, and I have no idea why. But then Kenya, when she spoke about how the cast was reacting to Kenya's absence and what happened with the whole Britt Eady situation at the reunion, I don't know if it was Drew or Angela Oakley that told Kenya this, because it sounded like to me Kenya is talking to other people in the cast. It doesn't sound like she's talking to Portia, but it sounds like she's talking to other people in the cast and trying to get some behind the scenes or whatever else that happened at the reunion taping. And it sounds as though Portia really advocated for Kenya, did not want Kenya to lose her job, did not like how the situation was handled with Britt Eady. And so, as much as y'all drag Portia, this, I believe, is the second time that she's advocated for Kenya to keep her job. Like, I believe Portia had did this before. So, as much as the foolishness as we see with some of these storylines that are just flat out goofy and flat out a waste of time, Portia doesn't want people to lose their job. And I think Portia understands, you know, having Kenya on the show, having another heavy hitter on the show is overall good for the show, right? It provides balance for the show, right? But none of the LAHH, y'all ain't talking about that. All the blogs are posting about, you know, Kenya calling Portia a liar, right? But y'all not talking about the stuff because everybody's like, oh, behind the scenes, Portia doesn't want anybody to have a page. Portia doesn't want anybody to have a job. Portia, you know, she has to be the only person. Da-da-da-da-da. Portia's jealous. Portia's this. But apparently Portia's behind the scenes advocating. But since that doesn't go with the narrative, since y'all don't like Portia, y'all not going to talk about it, but that's why y'all here. Because I'm going to talk about it, right? Because I feel like it's important to have all sides of the story. I just don't understand why we are leaking information about season 17 if you are not going to be a part of season 17. Can you make it make sense? And the timing of this live couldn't be more perfect as you were being blasted on the blogs about an alleged eviction notice of allegedly owing $30,000 to the landlord and everything else, you guys. She also said in this live that her and Mark Daly are not together. They're just co-parenting. But I believe the man is homeless. I believe the man has lost his restaurant business and everything else. So we have seen him in the background of Kenya's lives and YouTube videos and everything else. And people were speculating. But even if they were together or even if they're entangled, I don't think Kenya's going to tell us. I just don't, because I feel as though she saw how Mark has come across on the show, and it may or may not be, you know, worse off camera. I don't know. But she's never going to let that in as far as us ever knowing, right? But she could also be done because he was, you know, remember he was trying to come after her money? So I don't know. But I feel like as far as the Kenya and Bravo relationship, because Kenya wanted to make it clear that she has no issues with Andy Cohen, and basically the reason for her not coming back is not because of Andy Cohen, but wanted to make it clear it is people over Andy Cohen's heads that do not want anything to do with Kenya. So I feel though Kenya needs to own that the Carlos King interview and the Tamron Hall interview did a lot of harm. Because you basically in those interviews were calling out production and not feeling protected by production. So if you're trying to air out production and, you know, basically blame them for things instead of holding yourself accountable for your actions and anything that you did wrong, that's why should they want you back if they feel that anything else is going to, you know, throw you under the bus? And whatever is or isn't going on with this Britt Eadie lawsuit is not a good look either. Because whatever's going to come of it, you know, Bravo doesn't want to be left holding the bag, basically. They don't want a situation where they feel that you're a $20 million liability. Now, I don't know the details of what the status is of the case, if it's moved forward or not, if the judge has accepted or not, or whatever else. I don't know. But I find it interesting all this time. Kenya made it seem like there was a possibility she would be back and y'all were going to see her soon on your screens and all this and all that. Now, she has alluded to she's going to be a part of something else. I don't know what that entails. She wanted to make it clear it is not a housewife type of show. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if there's going to be another show, if it's on another network, or if this is still going to be a part of the NBC Universal family, or whatever it is. But the main point of this video that I wanted to do was to officially confirm to y'all Kenya's not coming back for season 17. I'm not sure why Real Housewives of Atlanta is now picking from the cast or former cast members of Love and Hip Hop, but that's another conversation for another day. So a lot of people are pissed. It doesn't sound like Nene is, well, according to Kenya, it doesn't sound like Nene is coming for season 17. But nonetheless, can we give Michelle ATLIEN her 10s for having it correct for a very long time that there was no situation in which Kenya was ever going to be coming back? But people kept saying, you know, oh, Kenya's going to be back, da-da-da-da-da. And remember, Kenya did that video that she was disinvited to the reunion and everything else. And it just felt like Bravo was done. Bravo had been done, but Kenya was giving, you know, because again, on these Bravo shows, they give you the you know, the platform to basically say what it is. And they don't outright say, in some instances, like, hey, it's done or whatever. But it seemed clear to me that it was pretty much done with what happened at the spa event. Like, I don't understand why. I understand that there's a void and y'all are not happy with how the reunion is going. And y'all wanted Kenya there. And I feel like if y'all were going to air all of this between her and Britt Edie, it was important for both of them to be there. However, it sounds like I just don't see a situation. I don't know when Kenya's coming back. Is my whole point. Like even if it's not season 17, I don't know if it's even going to be season 18. Like I don't know. But we got to give the props to where the props is due. And Michelle's been 10 toes down in this for the whole time. So there is that. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.